A very good day I be to each and every one of my classmates as well as to my respected lecturer, Mr. Ravi. First and foremost, my name is Amr Haikal and I'm Hamza, and I will be my group in presenting our highly anticipated business proposal, which is simultaneously on a quest to save our beloved environment for the next generation to come. But before we dive even further, let me pull the trigger with a simple but yet meaningful questions for y'all. Have y'all ever came across with a thought whether the water that we consume almost every single day is really that clean? Well, according to World Health Organizations, there are approximately around 829,000 people are expected to die each year from diarrhea, which results from unhygienic drinking water and sanitation. And this diarrhea is somewhat the most widely known disease, which is linked to contaminated food and water. But sit back and relax, as we're about to burst at the seams with confidence with our very own solution. And the main idea behind our product is to neutralize water without using chemical as an alternative. Hence, we decided to approach towards more environmental friendly product. That's why we call our product as Moringa Bag. You guys must be wondering what exactly our Moringa Bag really is. Well, our Moringa Bag consists of the seeds, which comes from the moringa tree itself, and it contains very unique water purification properties that could separate water particles from water. But why does it come in a bag form instead of others? The reason being that it comes in a bag form instead of others is because we wanted to make it more convenient as well as friendly user at the same time. And besides, we also want to avoid people from burning a hole in your pocket, since the cost itself is very cost effective. Last but not least, it is definitely going to be an environmental friendly product, since the main purpose itself is to avoid from using chemical as an alternative.
So I will be talking about target consumer. The first target consumer is environment conscious individual. For someone who care about the surrounding environment, they surely will use these moringa seeds to neutralize the water. It is natural and more sustainable. It can be produced many times as long as we plant the moringa tree. It is chemical free too. Other than neutralize the water, it can help. So I will be talking about target consumer. The first target consumer is environment conscious individual. For someone who care about the surrounding environment, they surely will use these moringa seeds to neutralize the water. It is natural and more sustainable. It can be produced many times as long as we plant the moringa tree. It is chemical free too. Other than neutralize the water, it can help in protecting skin cells from damage and also containing hydrating and detoxifying elements that are good not only for skin but also for hair. So the second target consumer under market analysis is people who seek for alternate. Maybe if someone wants to clean their background pools, fish pond, or even clean the river, they can use this moringa seed instead of harsh chemical like chlorine and etc. that can ruin the living thing beneath the water surface. This moringa seed is really a life-saving organism in many ways. So the third and last point for this target consumer is landscape related company. Most likely people who will opt for this moringa alternative is people who involved in landscaping and agriculture sector. Other than the seed, the leaf also provides benefit. The leaf of moringa tree contains cytokinin that can be useful as organic liquid fertilizer to improve the growth of the plant.
Next is competitor analysis. We have two main competitors. One is Nutrafin and another one is Organic India. Nutrafin sells products to cater mostly to aquatic life. Their best-selling product, which is the water conditioner, has a special formula inside the product that can help provide a quality, better, safe and ideal environment for the fishes to live in. That's why homeowners with fish pond would love to use Nutrafin's products for the maintenance of their fish pond, as it is a much more safer alternative than using chlorine, which are generally very dangerous for aquatic life. Other than that, we have Organic India. Organic India mostly use natural-based ingredients for their products. They use rosemary, lavender oil, jojoba oil, and all of these are very good ingredients for the skin. That's why a lot of people, mostly people with sensitive skin types, would love to use Organic India's product, as it will not result in their skin being itchy or red and have an adverse effect. That's why Our business proposes to cater to both groups at the same time. Our business would use natural products to help clean or neutralize the water for both aquatic life and people with sensitive skin type. For example, we often would hear people who went to public pools have a problem with the pools that has they use too much chlorine. We provide an alternative for that kind of pool so that they can use our product to purify or cleanse the water, but without the use of chlorine. This will provide a much more safer alternative for people to use the pool freely without having to worry whether the chlorine will have an adverse effect on their skin or having to go home with red and itchy skin. Other than that, as we all generally know, chlorine is very bad for aquatic life, and so are other chemical compounds. But our business proposes to make moringa seeds based product. Moringa seeds itself is actually from a natural ingredient, so using moringa seeds is a safer alternative rather than using chlorine or other chemical compound. That is the difference of our product from any competitors, as we cater to both groups at the same time. Thank you.
As each of us have known, marketing is an essential part in all businesses, and this is especially crucial for a startup business like us. So, for our business to be successful in this competitive industry, our marketing department has planned out our own strategies. First and foremost, a startup must be able to spread the words to the public so that they can stand out more than the rest of the competitors. One of the ways is by sending marketing emails to customers' email addresses to promote our startup. The fact that our product has fulfilled the 6 UNICEF Sustainable Development Goals, clean water and sanitization, will surely open so many chances of collaborations with many other big names in Malaysia. Besides having little to no cost at all, this approach will create a strong bond between the customers and the company. Next, the marketing strategy is not complete without a good use of social media. We have also undertaken this opportunity to make sure our startup can establish its presence within the users of the social medias. Of course, it won't be as easy as creating a single profile of our company to gain the exposure that can expand our business. So that is why social medias like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, and Facebook are ones of many that allow businesses to pay for the advertisement and traffic on their platform. This is when a social media manager plays an important role in creating engaging contents that are relevant and interesting enough to grab new and existing customers' attention to look into our product. Finally, our company will also undertake the use of paid search advertising, which nowadays has become one of the trendy measures between startups to promote their business. This approach allows us to find the targeted consumers through their search engines like Google, Safari, and Bing. By using this method, custom ads will start to appear each time they typed in some keywords related to our business, and we will only be charged by the amount of clicks on the ads.
Nowadays, the use of e-commerce has become one of the effective methods for a business to grow. It can provide flexibility for our customers to shop and speed up the buying process, which can give them a better shopping experience. We will begin by selling our products on Shopee, which is the leading online shopping platform in Malaysia today. This will help us gather a large number of customers at an early stage. To expand our business, we will reach out to customers through various channels and distributors, such as through agents. This could be done through a variety of social media platforms, including Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Twitter.
Next, we'll continue with our business feasibility, or in other words, our business risk management. First of all, I would like to explain about what is risk management. Risk measures the uncertainty about the effects of an activity in the future, and where risk management involves identifying, analyzing, evaluating, monitoring, and communicating the risks associated with an activity in order for the business to maximize its profits and minimize its loss. So in order to do this, risks are identified in the planning stage of the project and it needs to be managed accordingly. We'll do this with the help of the TARA framework. So what is the TARA framework? The TARA framework is a simple idea of risk strategies that businesses adopt to when responding to risk. So the TARA abbreviation means represents T for transference, A for avoidance, R for reduction, and A for acceptance. So as seen in the table, for the risk, if the risk is low probability, high impact, we transfer. If it is high probability, high impact, we avoid the risk. Then, if it is high probability, low impact, we reduce. And lastly, if it is low probability, low impact, we just accept the risk. So, our team have managed to identify 4 risks and how to manage them. So, the first one is the risk of stockouts. The risk of stockouts can be caused by uncertainties in supply and demand, stock in transit, or even human error in counting the stock. So, as there are a lot of causes for stockout, and as the customers could be very frustrated, which eventually will damage our reputation, we assess this as high probability and high impact. We have to avoid this. We'll avoid this by creating a safety stock in order to meet the demand of the customers. Second, since Moringa seeds are not used widely in Malaysia, our business may rely on a single supplier. However, the probability of the supplier to be out of stock is very unlikely as there are not a lot of businesses using Moringa seeds. Therefore, we assess this risk to be low probability and low impact. Hence, we decided to accept the risk and not adding a new supplier.
Moving on, during the distribution process, there may be unforeseen damages on the packaging, such as the packaging may potentially be torn. This will have high probability and low impact on the business, which we can overcome by reducing the possible risk. To address this, we will conduct quality control inspections on the packages to ensure that no defective products are present before they are distributed. The inspections can consist of several steps, such as pulling random samples and checking products against quality specifications. Lastly, there may be risk of machines breakdown, business losses, or even property damages. This could be solved by transferring the liability to a third party, such as an insurance company, since the risk of occurring is minimal despite its huge impact. Minimizing this risk is a healthy business strategy since it provides us protection from suffering major concerns and allow us to focus on our long-term goals.
Every startup has one common problem: funding and liquidity. However, rest assured, as we from financial department will do our best in managing our funds. I will start with our cost cut. Our cost is at 58 ringgit and 80 cents, and after markup of 30%, we will put our product at a price of around 76 ringgit, a cheaper alternative to get clear water. Now move on to break-even analysis. We will met our cost at 475 units. We don't have any traction yet, but based on our meeting with potential customer who will provide a clean water supplier and several individuals, this is our forecasted revenue. As you can see, we targeted 625 units per quarter, totaling up to 2,500 units per year. On this year, it is forecasted average revenue per customer is RM95 ringgit with churn rate of 10% and customer growth of 10%. Move on to our budgeted sales performance. For the first 3 years, we targeted 80% of increase in customer growth, and for subsequent years, 10% of customer growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Amir. Now we are going to look at the budgeted cash flow. First of all, we are going to expecting an outflow of 500,000 in year 0 to cover over every expense such as rental expense, imported goods, and equipment expense to finish our product and to be sold in year 1. As you can see, we are expecting our business to generate an positive cash flow at year 2, which is a very good indicator for a startup business. We also will be using the discounting method at 10%. It is to take into account the time value for money. Next, we're moving to the ROI. This ROI indicator is used for deciding whether our project is worth it or not. From what we have calculated over 8 years, we can earn a positive ROI even in our early stage of business, which means our profits exceed our expenses. This is showing a good sign for business to survive in the market. Thanks. That's all. We have calculated over 8 years. We can earn a positive ROI even in our early stage of business, which means our profits exceed our expenses. This is showing a good sign for business to survive in the market. Thanks. That's all from me.
Now, I will be presenting about company milestones. For year 1, we will pool financial resources through personal funds, bank loans, and also from our investors to ensure that there are enough funds to operate our business. We will also search for suitable suppliers based on their reliability, stability, price, and business values to avoid any issues in supplying materials. This is to ensure that our company will have the right supplier, right cost, right time, right quantity, and also right quality. Then, we will start the production process and selling of product. From year 2 until year 5, we anticipated that the sales of Moringa Bags will go well and break through the domestic market. During this period of time, we will be able to achieve economies of scale, which occurs when more units can be produced on a larger scale with fewer input costs. We will also build and sustain more business relationships with all stakeholders, such as our customers, suppliers, employees, and also members of community to build trust and reputation. As a result, it can help us to boost our sales, increase the number of our customers, and also improve our overall business potential energy. In addition, we can also create investment opportunities for our company indirectly. From year 6 onwards, after monopolizing the local market, we were planning to develop a new product with travel-friendly features. With these, we can easily attract new customers and enhance our business profitability. This is because in most of the cases, existing products may not be sufficient to manage with market needs. So, by providing more varieties of products, we can reduce the degree of business failure. This results in the need for continuous innovations.
Before we come to an end of our proposal, our group wishes to present this idea to the market as one of the best alternatives to clean water resources used by people in the nation. And we will initiate this effort by supplying our Moringa Bag to the small users and expand the business slowly until it becomes one of the best solutions to purify water resources. And we would definitely try our best in mitigating the pollution and creating a better environment to live in, not only in Malaysia, but also to spread positivity across the earth with the help of a product, Moringa Bag. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.